So I'm so excited to have you with me today. Can you tell everyone who's watching a little bit about who you are, your name, and other details you want to include, and
Mm.
how you first heard about the law of attraction? Yeah.
Okay. So I'm from Japan, now currently live in Europe, which has been a dream in my entire life. I like last year around January or December, I encountered a program, and I don't know, then there around last time around this time, I was at the lowest of my point. So the reason is that my dating situation was very messy, toxic. And I was also on a break from work because I had an adjustment disorder. Even though I had my dream job, I thought it was a dream job, but the environment was very toxic. And I encountered like harassment for a long time. And then I, even though I didn't want to go back the way I was, my family expected me to go back to where I was. So the relationship with my family was also a messy every day, but I was living with my family. So every day even though I was breaking no, take a break from my work, I felt very anxious every day. So every part of my life didn't go well, right? And then I hit the point that, oh my God, I am so miserable. I don't want to finish my life like this, miserable me. I feel so sorry for myself. And then that's when I felt like, okay, I have to transform. And I started to watch YouTube for self-development. And then one girl was talking about her experience, how she transformed from the bottom to the best
Yeah.
through a law of manifestation, law of attraction, law of universe.
Mhm.
She didn't exactly use that word, but what she said was like, if you ask things that you desire, you will receive. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I have been trying so hard on my life. I'm trying to like control every single thing so that I can control everything.
Yeah, yeah.
I tried so hard, but then I got tired, and then I found this YouTube video and I decided to release control because I got really tired of
Yeah.
controlling. And then it was so weird. Everything started to turn out good. It started to give me a clarity. This door is open for you. This door is closed. It
Mhm.
was clear, getting clear. And that's when I found out Lexus, your program on Instagram Reel, I think. I think firstly I found you on Reel and then I went to your profile. I think I attended your free course.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you were explaining, the very basis of law of attraction. And it made sense to me, even though I had some doubts, of course.
Yeah, everybody
Yeah.
does.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
cannot be that good, but I won't expect.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was the very beginning of
Yeah.
the journey.
Oh my goodness. I love that you mentioned, and this always makes me laugh so much. You're like, wait, I have been doing all these things to try to get my life to go the way I wanted
Yeah.
it to go, to try to control everything. And then I just find out all I have to do is ask. I
Yes.
had that moment too. Yeah. Isn't it like the weirdest wake up call for yourself?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the weirdest thing I have ever seen.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
so opposite of what like maybe our parents teach us, what we learn in school, what we learn
yeah,
from, I don't know, so many, I don't know, business people even give advice and they're like, this needs to be perfect. And it's just like you think that you have to control everything in your life,
yeah,
every single aspect, and it has to be perfect, and you have to go really
yeah.
intense and it's just, oh my goodness, that's actually humanly impossible. And so
Yes.
when you learn of a different way of, wait, I can go with life and not against life,
Mm-hmm.
so many things open for you. Like you said, you had open doors, and this phase is done. This door is closed. This door is
Yeah,
open. It's so clear. This is
it's
my
so
time
clear.
to go.
Yeah.
So cool. Oh my goodness. Okay. So what pushed you to join the first program you were in and actually stay consistent with manifesting when you enter that program?
What pushed me? First of all, I had this commitment. I made a commitment to myself that I have to transform, okay, Mao? Even if it's gonna be tough, you have to show up because you promised yourself and you don't want to go back to the way you were, Mao. And then I also wanted to build a trust in myself. So that's what motivated me. And then even though I was, yes, skeptical about this whole journey because no one talked about it, no one, like literally no one. So it's gonna be a long journey, but I felt resonated. Something in me told me that if you don't do that, maybe you will regret.
Mhm.
So why don't you do that? And I think on Instagram, I messaged you to clarify some questions because I pay money and which means I expect some results. And I was being really careful. But then they were all clarified.
Yeah.
And there was no stop sign.
Yeah.
So I put myself in it.
Wow. Oh my goodness. That's so I remember that I can remember the day where you sent me the DM. You were like, look, I literally did the workshop until the very end. Here are a few questions I have. Like
Yeah.
I probably still have the DM. I was so excited that you reached out and I answered as many questions as I could. And it seemed like you were really receptive. I could feel, I'm like, oh my goodness, she's ready to change her life. Like I could really feel that from you. And it was like such a big moment, honestly. It was a big month, though. There were tons of people who were also really excited about that phase in their life as well. So I
Mm.
think it's like what a January or so or end of December. It
Yeah.
was really cool. But oh my
Yeah.
God, I'm so excited. Okay, you pushed yourself to join, you made a commitment to yourself. And what would you say? How has your understanding of the law of attraction shifted since your entire journey? So you've had a year of diving into the foundation of
Yeah.
what you know before, and how has it grown or evolved now?
Yeah, Lex, it's a really difficult question because it's not logic.
Yeah.
I think it's impressive that you explain very details and logical about this topic. But for me, it's a very intuition thing.
Yes.
And it's you pour the energy on yourself, not outside.
Mhm.
And I didn't do that at all before. I think I try to control the outside of factors of outside. And then I didn't know myself. I didn't clarify what I wanted. I think like I tended to see everything in a very short term
Okay.
to satisfy myself in a short term. But then in everyone deep down, you have these desires that stuck in your heart all the
Yeah.
time. And then you don't really hear it. You try not to hear it because you think it's difficult.
Hmm.
But that was the time I had to face my core desires. Since I started to listen to my desires, somehow things started to work out. And I can give you one example. For example, around this time last year, December, somehow I wanted to move to this specific country. Somehow. It was so random. There is no reason. There was no reason, logic. So people ask me, but I couldn't answer because it was just intuition. And then I didn't know any clue how to make it happen. But since I had this strong intuition, I started to research how to move there. And then I found one program for my master's. 2 days before of the deadline. And I was like, damn. And then
Oh,
I submitted the document because somehow I already had the documents that I needed. And I submitted. And then since then, I started to submit other applications too. But I expected this kind of application, the result will take time. So it was January, and I expected the result could come around April or May. But then in February, suddenly I had a call from out of nowhere, the specific country that I wanted to move. And then I took it, and then they were like, you got accepted. I was like, what the?
oh my gosh. Wait, this is my first time hearing the details of this.
Yes, because I always wanted to share, to be honest.
Oh, oh my gosh. This is amazing. Whoa. And this
Yes,
was just pure intuition, yes?
yes, pure intuition.
Wow. Oh my gosh. That's like nearly instantly. Like you
Yeah.
submitted it, you were like, I want to do this. I researched. You found something 2 days before the deadline. You submit,
Mhm.
you get accepted, and then you go to your.
Yeah. And in February, it's 1 month later, I started your program or something.
Yeah.
I got a call and I got panicked because that's when I got confirmed that I can actually move to this country for real. And it became real so quickly. And I had no, like, there is no way that I could not believe this anymore. Like, it's real.
How awesome is this? Oh my gosh. My cheeks hurt. I'm smiling so much. This is an amazing story. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And this is so maybe you can speak to this because I always feel like this is the one thing people need to hear the most that when it comes to creating your dream life, right? And your dream life is like a journey, right? It doesn't all happen at once. It's like you get dream piece of the dream life, piece of the dream life, piece of the dream life. And then before you know it, all these amazing things have happened for you. But what I love the most is that you said sometimes it's just not logic. Sometimes it's just like you feel it, and
Yeah.
you do it, and
Yeah.
it works out exactly how you need it to work out. Can you speak to that? Before this moment happened, were you more everything needs to make sense, or
Yeah.
were you not really what
Yeah.
you would speak to that? Yeah.
Yeah. Because I recognize that in the end, your heart knows everything,
Yeah.
like literally. And but this society expectation, social pressure, and how they perceive me, myself, like these kind of other factors try to push down your voice, but that voice never disappears in from you. And when you start embracing that voice, everything starts to work out. Because that voice is your purpose for your life. And that's why you are here in this universe. And when you start understanding that with these experiences,
Mhm.
that's such a blessing. And you start to smile, you start to feel happy out of nowhere, you start to feel like dancing.
Yeah.
And I think that's the feeling that you explained in the beginning of the academy.
Yeah.
And that got me because at that time, old Mao, old myself, even though people asked me, like, how are you, Mao? I would never say, I would never be able to say I'm good because always something negative came in my mind and I couldn't say that. I didn't also want to lie. Even if I lied, my face didn't say I'm good, right? When you said that you wake up every day with butterflies or sunlight, that kind of feeling I really wanted to experience. And I am experiencing every day.
I am just like I could literally cry.
Yeah.
So awesome. Oh my goodness. This makes me smile, and I think I need to explain for everyone who's going to be watching this. That's the highest form of beauty, in my opinion, of existing.
Yeah.
Waking up and literally being like, whoa, I love myself. I love my life. I love
Yeah.
just the fact that I get this day to live, and it's
Mhm.
something that you created. Like you put an intention in
Yeah.
the universe, and you were like, okay, because I'm thinking it and because I desire it, like I know this is meant for me. And then it happens. And then you are just it's a different kind of happy, right?
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
another level.
yeah, it's a different kind of happy. And oh my gosh, I'm so excited that you're in your own universe. It feels like you're in your own universe when
Exactly.
and you feel your power. And wow,
Yeah.
how amazing is this? This makes me smile so much. Wow. So you totally realized it was about feeling more so, and then you hit the feeling. And what happened from there? Did it make you feel like more was possible for you, or maybe you thought something else? What did you think when you first hit the feeling?
Of course, I started to feel fulfilled, which I always wanted to feel because it was always like something was missing.
Yeah.
And every single day in the morning and at night, I asked the universe that please guide me to where I can feel fulfilled and alive and happy in a genuine level. And yeah, I think that's the most amazing feeling everyone can ever have. Like just feeling genuinely fulfilled by yourself, not from others, not from comparing, just you. But until I reached to that level, I started from gratitude because I recognized that I didn't, I wasn't grateful enough for every single thing that I have. It was everything was like natural, normal to me to have,
Mhm.
which is not.
Mhm.
And when I started to practice being grateful, naturally it made me feel like high, energetically high. I think everyone can feel that.
Yeah. Mhm.
And then if you are being energetically high, you attract good people, good opportunities, like some random discounts,
Yeah. Yeah.
like even tiny thing,
Yeah.
even tiny good thing makes you feel so grateful and happy. And then like good cycle starts to happen. And then if you do that practice every day without knowing, you reach the point that, oh, I am fulfilled.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Oh,
think it took 3 months.
yeah.
Yeah, for me to firstly genuinely feel that fulfillment.
Yeah. And I was going to ask you, was it hard for you to do that in the beginning? Feel the gratitude? Was it
Mhm.
like a struggle to do that?
Yes, because I was forcing me to do that. And at first, it was not natural, it was not genuine. Honestly, very honestly speaking, I tried to do that to make me feel happy,
Yeah.
not coming from the genuine part.
Hmm. Hmm.
But even though, like, first, I don't know, like 1 week was like faking until you make it, it
Yeah.
started to feel like you feel grateful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's same as like affirmation.
Yeah.
You look at your mirror and then you like, I am so beautiful. It sounds firstly like fake, but then you start to believing and then you start to feeling it.
Yeah.
So of course, it first 1 week, 2 weeks gonna be hard. But the reason I could overcome is going back to the first point. I made a commitment to myself to transform.
Mhm.
And I think if you really want to transform, you cannot to just do whatever comfortable for you. Because if you want if you want to change yourself with something comfortable, which means you don't get out of your comfort zone. So basically you are just the same. So you have to risk it you risk it, you have to some kind of jump
Yeah.
in yourself. And because new you is waiting after you feel comfortable. No, uncomfortable, sorry.
Yeah. 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 You're spot on. I love this so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes.
Yeah, it's so cool that you mentioned this because I have 1,000 thoughts on what you mentioned, and I could honestly rant all day with you. But I love that you mentioned that in the beginning it feels forced. I remember the first time I had to give gratitude as well. Oh my goodness, I couldn't find three things. I couldn't find three things to be grateful for. I'm like,
Mm,
what is there to be grateful for? It doesn't feel like anything's working for me. It feels like everything is just not what I want. And so that's why I asked about your experience, because I find that it's pretty common for people to have that in the beginning. I'm struggling to have the gratitude. And then if they find something,
mm-hmm.
like the feeling is not really in it. It's, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
grateful for A, B, and C,
Yeah.
but feel it. And I tell people, like, in the beginning, it's going to feel forced. It's
Yes.
if you say affirmations that are so different from what you're experiencing right now,
Mm,
it's going to feel like you're lying to yourself. You're going to be like, but I'm not beautiful, but I'm not wealthy, but
yeah.
I am not living my dream life, or I don't have my dream job. But
Mm,
like you said, when you start practicing consistently,
mm-hmm.
you start to believe it.
Yeah.
And the weird thing is, when you start to believe it, stuff around you starts to change, right?
Yes. Yes.
Doesn't it correlate? It's so magical.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's that moment that just made me never turn back. I don't know. I just love this so much. And then you also mentioned how if you want the best you, if you want to live the life you know you're meant to live, then you have to get uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And but that's okay. It's okay, right? It's safe. A lot of people think it's not safe. They're like, but if I'm uncomfortable, everyone freaks out. It's like a
Yeah.
panic, but it's okay. Like it's safe. You can be uncomfortable a little bit. You can feel weird when you say something positive to yourself. You can
Yeah.
make yourself be consistent. You can do that. And it's safe and it's definitely worth it. There's something
Mm-hmm.
more on the other side of that, like what you said, on the
Yeah.
other side of you being uncomfortable. There's so
Yeah.
much for you. So much for
And
you. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
yeah, it's so interesting when you shift yourself into your new you,
Yeah.
even though sometimes old you come up because it's like a habit,
Yeah.
long time habits. It's natural that old you comes up, but you recognize, this is old you, old me. I can recognize my old self trying to come up, but push down, or I recognize you, but this is not me anymore. I will act as a new me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I can distinguish and it feels so good.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you don't self-sabotage anymore. You're like, wait, I know this. I know
Mm,
the old me used to think negative thought, or it's so amazing. And this is the same mentality that I have now. And it's the same mentality I had when I first started to really believe in manifestation and the law of attraction. And
mm,
honestly, it's so amazing. Okay. So I want to know, of course, what is something surprising about yourself that you learned on the other side of being uncomfortable? So when you stepped into who you want to be, right? This better you, like what
mhm.
surprised you about you? Yeah.
What surprised me about what did I discover
About
about my
yourself. Yeah.
new?
Hmm.
I think that I am limitless.
Yeah.
So, like normally, for example, like before, I'm just living my life
Hmm.
and I accepted the way I was.
Oh, this is a big topic.
And I thought I was fine. I was like okay with myself, but feeling like something was missing. And that missing feeling, now it's clear that I was suppressing my possibilities. Yeah. Because now these subconscious limitation, I'm still trying to practice, but like a lot of them are gone. I feel limitless, which means I can be more beautiful. I can be more like richer. I can be more, I don't know, like I can be anything, basically. And that feeling I didn't have before, but every single person has that.
Oh, oh
It
my
just
God, you could be like a motivational speaker right now. No, because I really come from, so it's so interesting. And I know I shared this in one of my master class, I think maybe all of my master classes, but I really come from an environment where it's really not normal to see people understand that they're limitless. And I'm not sure, maybe you share that experience too, or maybe not, but when you discover that you are limitless, like you don't have to accept
Mm,
how you've been showing up, right?
yeah,
You don't have to accept what you feel like blocks your dream. You don't have to just accept things as they are. If you see
yeah,
something and you don't like it,
yeah.
you can change
It's
it. You can manifest it.
it's-
You can just ask, hey, I want this instead of this. How cool. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh my gosh. Please tell me more about that. So you learned that you didn't have to just accept who you thought you were at that time. And so you
yeah.
realized that you were limitless. Did that change like how big your manifestations are? Did that change what you
Hell
ask?
yeah, Lex.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
Because I was listing every manifestation, every single from small to big, 2023, my manifestations, and it was countless.
Yeah.
So I don't know which to share, but if I can share. So I started to take lessons of DJ like 1.5 years ago because I personally love reggaeton music.
Amazing.
Yes, but there was no good parties and also almost no good DJs in Japan before. When I went to the party, okay, I have to become the one. But that time I had no clue about DJ.
Mhm.
And then I somehow found a DJ school and
Okay.
it was like 10 minutes away from my work. And and I started going as a hobby. And then before I moved to this country right now, it's like it's yeah, around April or May, I found out that there is a Latin party and I went there and I was amazed. Oh, I wish I could play this at this party, but I didn't know any organizer. I didn't know any clue, but I was just imagining. And then maybe I can use my manifestation method.
Yeah.
After 1 month, I got accepted as a DJ, and then I attended the biggest club in Tokyo.
Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. I am screaming right now. Okay.
Yes, and then I played it. Everyone loved it. And then now I moved here. I got offers in Portugal, Spain, and I'm happy.
Wow. Oh my gosh. You're like, it happened so fast.
Yeah, it's happened so fast.
Wow. Biggest club in Tokyo. And then you said, but we're going bigger. We're going out of the country. And you did it. Wow.
Yeah,
Way to go. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, how much do you feel like you're in your magic? How does it feel? How does it feel to just have that?
I think I feel so happy, amazed, but at the same time, I try to normalize this experience so that I can go higher and I try to understand in my mind I am worthy. I am worthy with this experience because when you normalize this amazing experience, it's like you are matching, your energy is matching with this experience.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
then if you can normalize the higher experience, you can actually attract more better opportunities. So practice every day.
Yeah. Oh my, I know we even touched on that in Cash Creation Queens. We were talking all the things about money manifesting, and I was like, but the most shocking thing is normalize big amounts of money, normalize bigger opportunities, normalize your most abundant life.
Yeah.
Like, that's so cool. And so to see that you have this same perspective is really amazing. And you'll find it very useful. You're like, you're always
Yeah.
gonna use that for everything you manifest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I want to ask, what advice would you give someone who is just starting the Master Manifestor Academy? What would you tell them? This is what you need to know on your journey.
Firstly, is definitely commitment. You remember you made us to write our oath
Yep, I do. I
at
do.
the very beginning of
Mhm.
the academy, and it meant a lot to me because if you break that promise, you're gonna lose your trust in yourself, and that's huge. You know? That's the last thing I wanted.
Mhm.
Because I knew that like when you get enrolled that program, you of course you're excited, but then the day by day, you might lose motivation, you might not feel like attending the class.
Mhm. Mhm.
You gotta show up.
Yeah.
If you want to change, you gotta show up.
Yeah.
And that commitment is only like something that only people really want to transform. I don't know. I'm sorry, my English is sometimes not good, but so I think this Lexus course is only for people that are so ready
Yeah.
to transform. If you are like, I want to try, but I don't know, like then please don't enroll. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. And
Yeah.
that is something that honestly, it means the world of a difference because what I have found, which is so shocking, it's that when you commit yourself to something and you're not ready, and you can get all the right information, you can get every piece of support you need, but if you don't show up for yourself
Yeah.
and you have everything you need, you
Yeah.
end up feeling even more sad and discouraged because
Yeah.
now you
Yeah.
feel like, oh, I still can't do it for myself. So you really, like you said, have to be at a point where you're like, okay, I'm really ready to go. I just need that push.
Yeah.
I need the knowledge. I need the resources. I just need the green light and I can
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
That, and I feel like this is why your entire journey has been so consistently amazing. Whoa, that really speaks to the power that we have. And
Yeah.
a lot of people, I've worked with so many different kinds of people because I do one-on-one coaching, I do group programs, I have the courses, I have master classes, so many different kinds of things. I come across so many different kinds of people. And
Mm.
every single time I tell people exactly what you just said. They ask me like, but how did you change so much in such a short amount of time? Or how do you manifest, etc.? And I'm like you. I'm like, look, I made the
Mm.
decision that I wanted to live an awesome life. And
Yeah.
I took the steps. It really is. And that decision is a commitment, right?
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
you made the decision. You were like,
Mhm.
I I want to live this kind of life. I want to be this kind of person. I
Yeah.
want to feel this certain way. And you aligned with that and you stay with it.
Yeah.
So awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. I think, yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I also understand people are being skeptical about this
Yeah.
because, for example, in Japan, spirituality sounds very not acceptable.
Yeah, like witchcraft.
Yeah.
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 And it's dangerous because it could be a cult or something.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
but this is not a cult at all.
It's just happiness. It's just happiness, right? I don't
Yeah.
understand it either.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I really wish everyone could know this and use this as the way they want.
Yeah.
But like only like for example, people that came across to your page or law of attraction, I believe that these are chosen people, chosen to know the law of attraction, which is super lucky
Yeah.
because it's such a life hack.
Yeah, it's such a life hack. It's such a life.
Yes. I promise that I am not paid by Lex to say
Yeah,
this.
it's not paid. This is not a commercial. It's not a sponsorship. This is just your authentic opinion.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
a life hack.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you want, you can keep trying and you can keep making an effort so hard. Things don't really work. You get tired, but you can keep continuing. But you know the hack, you encounter this hack. Why don't you try? Give it a try, even once. Because you're not gonna lose anything.
Nothing.
Yeah, you will win.
You
I
will
promise.
win.
Yes. Yeah, I believe that they will have their own successful stories once you commit. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It's so powerful that you say this. I also have to explain this to people too, because society has made us think that thinking negative about ourselves is normal, or thinking negative
Mm-hmm.
about other people is normal, or thinking negative about our lives is normal. They make it seem like everyone feels that way, so it's
Yeah.
okay for you to live your whole life that way.
Yeah.
No, like that's not okay.
Yeah.
Like try your best to do something that brings a smile to your face. Settle for that. It's not normally as you want to be. And so I scream it as much as I can in every way. Like
Mhm.
you are meant to be, like you were born to live an awesome life. You are not
Yes.
born to just be here and be unhappy and think that is what you have to accept. And this is, you are a prime example of what it looks like to not accept that and say, wait, something has to change. This does not feel right. I don't think this is actually like real life. I want to live real life. And you are literally, you have a whole lifetime ahead of you. So this is just the beginning. I love that. And just the fact that I don't know. It's just a lot of people also think because religion. So I grew up with a Christian and Catholic, or Catholicism is Christianity, but mixed
Yes.
background between Catholicism and Protestant or so.
Okay.
And of course, like when you have religion and then you have spirituality, people are taught that it's separate, but they actually go together. It's so many different things. Uh,
Yeah.
but yes, that was one of my biggest blocks too. I was like, this sounds like something that the church would say no to. But I was like,
Uh,
yeah, but I was like, it's like all kind of philosophies lead to the truth, which this also teaches the truth just in such a practical, useful way.
and
Um,
it can be also explained by scientific evidence, like quantum physics.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Quantum physics, psychology, like if you look for it, you can find the evidence of it. But a lot of people just kind of
I
have to get
know.
past the wall, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I love this so much. And just the fact that you had the courage to go for the life that you want, the fact that you actually implemented everything. I always have to explain to people like you lose nothing by thinking a positive thought. Like it's,
Mm.
I
Yeah.
feel like what happens is people get so afraid to think positively because of disappointment, right? Because
Yeah.
think about it, that's where our negative mindset comes from. Like we think big about ourselves and our lives as if we were kids again, right? Thinking so big about the world. And then we get let down once, or a family member tells us that's not realistic, or your friends laugh at you, or something like that. And then we get afraid, right? When we get disappointed and we feel like we can't think positively because there's no place for that in this life or in this world,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Honestly, if everyone could just learn that you have way more to gain by thinking
Yeah.
constructively and thinking positively about what you want, how you can
Mhm.
achieve it, how the universe or God wants to make it happen for you, like you win. Like you said, you literally win in that game.
Yeah.
So much more winnable than exhaustion and stress and
Yeah.
anything else. And
Yeah. Because when I started, since I started, literally miracles, miracles that I have not even imagined, expected happen. in a most natural way, which is also weird because it seems natural,
Yeah.
but it's still a miracle. And when I saw these kind of events in a row, I had to believe this is real.
Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing. And those are the moments that confirm it. So maybe this has happened to you. You get on the journey, you manifest a few things, but then you like get the courage to ask for something bigger. And so then you start to doubt a little bit because you've never asked for something that big before, that cool, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And then you have to remind yourself, wait, this amazing thing happened and it was so magical. This magical thing happened. This magical thing happened. And when you get a long enough list of these amazing things happening for you and you're realizing the only way that this happened was the universe
Yeah.
or the law of attraction, it really strengthens your belief again, right? Because you're like,
Mm.
but I've had so many things go in the best way possible.
Yeah.
So of course things are going to go in the best way possible when I ask for something new. Do you ever have to have those moments with yourself where you remind yourself, these
Oh,
amazing things happen for me? Whoa.
yeah. I think now I am getting used to this law of attraction and spirituality.
Yeah.
I try to practice a lot.
Yeah.
However, this can be a question for you too, but I have sometimes imagine myself like I have, for example, like this kind of relationship,
Yeah.
right? And according to my experience of law of manifestation, if I list this kind of like type of relationship or type of person, since I am worthy, I should encounter or have this kind of relationship soon.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But sometimes they don't come along. Or like maybe they will come, but not now. And that's when things go differently as I expected. Again, I get a little bit anxious
Yeah.
or naturally skeptical
Mm-hmm.
about the situation,
Yeah.
even though I have old experiences.
Yeah.
And I would like to ask you, like, how would you deal with this kind of situation?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. This is such a lovely question because this also has happened to me in my journey so much. Like I would ask for something and then it seems like it didn't happen and I'm like, okay, wait. Like I did this and it should have worked, but there's two things to this or there's multiple things, but these are the two I would like to mention here. One, it's that you have to look at the pattern of your thought. If
Mm,
something doesn't manifest, there is likely still doubt and disbelief in the subconscious.
mm,
And so, what I like to do is I play this game with myself, and this is like something that you can take super far with you. I like to see how long I can think positively about the thing that I'm manifesting. And the longer you're able to think in that positive direction, you'll find the stronger the manifestation is. Because let's say you want to manifest a person, right? And you're like, I want my relationship, I want a dream relationship, I want to be with someone for a long term, maybe the rest of
mm,
my life. And you think positively, ooh, this will be exciting. I would love to be in love, these different things. And then let's say, I don't know, after three thoughts, you're like, but what if it doesn't come when I want? But what if they don't exist or things like that? I would play a game with myself and say, no, I'm not going to think that way, but I'm going to think positively about it as long as I can.
mm.
I guarantee you your results are going to be different. They're going to be so different.
I see.
And then what happens is when we don't have something happen when we want it to happen, you can either practice the law of detachment, which that's a whole
Mm,
topic, which is so powerful, or you can ask the universe, and this one is super powerful as well. I teach this to so many people. What am I being called to be made aware of? Because sometimes we're still not the version of ourselves that we need to be to
Mhm.
match that frequency fully.
Mm.
So it's something in our thought that we're not aware of, right? For example, you're not aware of a piece of doubt. You're not aware of, a piece of disbelief, or something like that. And when we're not aware of that, we are still on that frequency, but we're just not aware of it, right? Tricky it gets, yeah. So we have to ask the universe, what do I need to be aware of? Because obviously, if it's not here, I'm not aware of it. I'm
Mm.
not aware of the thoughts that I'm having or the beliefs that I'm having. Help me become aware of it. And then I kid you not, like within, at least within my reality, within a few days, like I'm made aware of, oh, this is where my thoughts were not aligned. And I'm like, wow. And I fix my thoughts and boom, it changes everything.
Nice.
It's so powerful, but no one is really teaching that. I figured that out on my own, but it's really powerful. So for you and everyone watching, like that is something to take with you for life.
Mm.
Those few pieces of advice, like that, those things in itself could have been a whole masterclass. Like I could have done a whole teaching on
Yeah.
that because it really is what gives you that push.
Mm.
And it seems, oh, I'm so close. I'm manifesting it, but it's not here, like in my physical reality. Like where is it? It's within those few things. 9 times out of 10, it's in those few things.
True. True.
Yeah.
True. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So let's talk about a few questions about this past year because I love to ask just about 2023 because we're entering into a whole new year, 2024. So I have
Mm.
two questions that I want to ask you, and then we're going to bring it to a close.
Okay.
So, what specific limiting beliefs did you release in 2023? And I know there may be a lot, so maybe pick your favorites. And
Oh,
what 5 beliefs did you leave behind? And you're like, I'm done with that. You're not coming
I
back.
believe 3 beliefs, which
But you can do 3 or 5. Totally up to you.
I always wanted to show you this because this is like my manifestation book. Like,
Ah,
and then this is the yeah, this is like the list that you gave me.
oh my God, way to
And
go.
then this is like a rewriting.
Yeah.
It's like whole book.
Wow. Wow. I love this. This is like true commitment to your dream life. Oh my gosh, I love this. Wow.
I with everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Look at you with your wings flying, blossoming in life.
So I need to choose some. But I think one of them, one of the biggest one is that I can have my own business. I can do whatever I love to do and make a living. You know,
Yeah. Hmm.
that is huge because that allows me to access to the financial, locational, and time freedom, which I always wanted, but I didn't allow me to want it.
Hmm.
So this limiting belief that I am not worthy of freedom, like in a genuine level of freedom, the biggest limitations that I removed. And also, and the other one is that the ideal relationship doesn't exist. This belief I removed. Maybe everyone has their own Prince Charming.
Hmm.
Age of Prince Charming. And then when you grow up, you're like losing the image. He doesn't exist. I should settle with someone that is okay. But then that limiting belief, thanks to this limiting belief, I recognized that I can still keep that Prince
Yeah.
Charming. It's not cheesy thing to have because if you understand your worth and then if you exist, that kind of ideal guy also exists
Yeah.
because
That that was one I have to, I'm just gonna quickly interject. Like that is also a belief I had to
Mm,
manifest my relationship. I was like, If I can exist, they can exist.
Yeah.
That it works. It works. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because I'm weird. I'm unique.
Yeah.
If this creature exists, maybe similar creature can exist too. Right now. Yeah, one limiting belief about my idea of relationship I removed. Let me think a little bit because I removed like more than 100, I think, this year.
Mhm.
And also, I can prioritize myself.
Wow. That's big.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Because of my culture, like in Japan, it's
Yeah.
very hard to say no.
Okay.
And even if you want to say no, you have to be very like indirect way so that we don't hurt the other person. And that's one of the reasons why I had to go through that toxicity at work because I couldn't say no. I couldn't protect myself.
Mhm. Mhm.
But when I started to train myself to say no, put boundaries, which means protect myself, protect my energy,
Mhm.
pour the energy into myself, not other factors, things start to go healthy. I became healthy. People around me and relationship with them became healthy. They start to respect me, and it was all healthy. I've never seen that healthiest version of me and the relationship with other people. Sometimes, not sometimes, you hear all the time that putting yourself first is not a bad thing, but it has a deeper meaning, you
It
know.
it does. It 100% does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Did I answer your question?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. You did a phenomenal job of answering the question. And I love that you learned the deeper meaning of putting yourself first because I
Yeah.
also struggle with that. It's so interesting because obviously, like through my social media, I'm able to speak to everyone who's interested in spirituality and the law of attraction. But in a way, we are all connected in the kinds of limiting beliefs that we have, right? And so it feels like I'm talking to a past version of myself, literally with every person that I'm able to talk to. And a lot of the limiting beliefs that you said you had to let go of, literally,
Mhm.
they were also in my mind. And I was like, I didn't see myself being able to get over those things, but you make it through, which I'm sure you were also experiencing. I let it go. I made it past the belief. It's really
Yeah.
magical. Okay. Last question, or second to last question. What would you say is the thing that you're most proud of from 2023 that you manifested, and how do you feel about it?
The biggest manifestation is, of course, moving to my dream country, which I had no clue, like literally no clue last year around this time. And I manifested it in 9 months. Yes.
That's magical.
Yeah. And Europe and Japan is so far.
Yeah.
It's like not next to, yeah, to you.
Wow.
And of course, people ask me like, "Oh, wasn't it difficult? Like you're leaving your family, and it might cost a lot, and getting visa and everything. Well, like everything was seems so difficult." But for me, it was natural, all natural, and it went very smoothly.
Wow.
I got supported from everyone, and in the end, everyone loved my choice, and which I am so grateful because me moving to new country, it is possible, but with the support from people that I love and every single one, like that's huge.
Yeah.
And yesterday I was spending one of my close friends in my new country talking about how much blessed we are, even though like we are coming from like the other side of the planet,
Yeah.
and and we share the similar values, and over like very traditional snacks in here, the chocolate under the Christmas lights. And I was like, it meant to happen. And I made it happen. And this is the biggest manifestation I've got so far. And I really want to say thank you to Lex, because encountering to your program and encounter with you, it also, I believe it meant to happen.
Of course.
Yeah. And it literally life changing. It was literally life changing, transformed me, formed me, and I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, my heart is hugging. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Thank you for having the courage to believe in a life that can feel good and that can help you be your best self and feel love for yourself and feel love for the world, other people. And honestly, this is the kind of life that the universe or God, whichever term resonates, would
Mm.
want you to live. This is
Yeah,
what they would be smiling upon. It's you
yeah,
being in joy and
yeah,
feeling purposeful, feeling fulfilled. That is the definition of doing what the higher power wants you to do. Like honoring
yeah.
purpose, honoring your fulfillment, honoring the love you would like to put into yourself and into the world. So
Mm.
that's what I'm so grateful for. Like, way to go for you. I love this. Oh my God. Okay. And last thing is advice that you would give someone watching this. It could be about manifestation, it could be about themselves, it could be about life in general. What is the lasting, impactful piece of wisdom you would share with them that you know is going to help them in their life?
Okay. I want everyone to know that if you allow yourself, you can go limitless. And only thing that you need is the permission from you. Just that's it. And social norm and people's expectations are so overrated. But what you need to do is to simply listen to your heart. Simply. You close your eyes and you ask, what do you want? And then first thing you come on your mind, that's what you want. And then you are meant to make it happen. That's very simple. So I want everyone to see the universe simple.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
universe is simple. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my
Mm.
gosh. Thank you. You are such a gem. I'm so grateful for today and just you sharing your story, your wisdom, your lessons, what you've learned, what you've accomplished, what challenges you faced, where you were before you
Mm.
just completely changed your life and
Yeah.
where you are now. And wow, I just want to say thank you to you.
Oh, thank
Seriously.
you.
Thank you. Oh my gosh.
Can I say
How are you
something?
feeling? Yeah.
Yeah, actually, it's so interesting because when I was watching your one of your reels and you having a podcast with another girl about manifestation or something, I was like, oh, someday I want to talk about manifestation with Lex.
Oh my gosh. Wow. See the power of thought. Can we talk like the power of thought? See,
Yeah.
you witnessed it. Wow. I'm so glad that your heart even was like, I want to chat about it. I want to say something to the world too.
I've been seeing you for this 1 year too,
Yeah.
like through Instagram. And then how much you have been glowing up and growing up. Like I am so proud. Like you changed outside too, like inside of course, but outside too. And I am so happy for you. Every
Oh my
time I
God.
see your post, my
Yeah.
energy goes up.
Oh my God, you're so sweet. Oh my goodness, thank you. Yeah, I don't know. I just went all in on just the next level of energy that
Yeah.
I wanted to access. So like when you feel it, go. Like just go super
Yeah.
hard. Go really with a lot of faith and trust and just know that you will never fall. Like it doesn't exist. You will always fly. Like every single time.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh my God. Keep being you.
Mhm.
Always keep you updated, even
Okay.
if it's been a while, whatever it is, like totally pop in just for whenever you want. If you have questions, whatever, just totally say
Thank you.
hi.
Okay.
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 Alrighty. Ciao.
Yeah, bye. Enjoy your trip.
Thank
Bye.
you. Okay.